And welcome to the Bloated Chef. Chef Jerome here, an actual living, breathing chef, and I'm bloated. Before we get started with today's entertaining and fabulous tutorial, please look me up on YouTube. Smash that like button, crush that subscribe button, very important. Share with the world, leave a comment, leave a hashtag. Please keep your hands inside the ride at all times, and we thank you. Alright, a large piece of wood with multiple food items can only mean it's time for another episode of Recipes Off the Rails. And today's star is this big old head of cauliflower, Chinese style.
It comes from China.
All that really means is it's got more stems than traditional United States style, but either way, it's still cauliflower. A couple of cheeses, we got butter. We are going to form these into little itty bitty croquettes and fry the hell out of them and enjoy the shit out of them. First things first, one little small quarter piece of cabbage, chopped and done. Now we take all the stems and the base off of that Chinese cauliflower. Listen to me, what we want to do here is make sure that we have pretty much bite-sized pieces. We don't need a lot of stem, and that's fine. Save it. Hang on to it, because guess what? It goes into a stock. That's right. We don't throw shit around here at the Bloated Chef. All right. Into a bowl. Now, if you haven't invested in a bench scraper, you're stupid. I spat upon you. You have not taken my advice or heeded my advice. In the words of my old, very first original boss, Arthur Roebuck, I will kick your fucking ass back to Hull if you don't do what the fuck I tell you to do. Anyway, salt and pepper. There it goes. Olive oil. And that's really all we're going to need. Cabbage. Cauliflower. Roasted in the oven on a sheet tray at high heat. Basically about 425 for maybe 30 minutes. We have arrived at the components section of the tutorial. First component. 3 or 4 Calabrian chilies, that's right. I don't know, Italy meets wherever. Okay, we've got some tail ends of some green onions. Guess what? We use everything around here, folks. I hope you know that. And finally, there goes that last half of a quarter of a red onion. It's all going in there. And check this out. Some fresh sage. That's right. Had a little bit left. It's going in there too. People, do I need to keep telling you to use what you got?
No, you do not.
They are drunk asses, but those are my people. Alright. Olive oil, butter, in. Red onions, in. Make sure those get sweated down, get a little translucent. There goes our green onions. Only going to take about 30 seconds. There goes our Calabrian chilies. Those ain't going to take no time at all. There goes our garlic. We are beginning and forming the basis for our cream sauce. A half a pinch, maybe a half a teaspoon of that fresh sage. We'll save the rest for garnish. And in goes salt and pepper. Still have to season, folks. Season at every level, right? Right. Now then, lower the heat, medium-low heat. In we go with about 1.5 cups to 2 cups of flour, all-purpose flour. You can use multiple styles of starch, but AP flour always works good for roux, okay? There we are. Cook it down for about 5 to 10 minutes on very low heat. You can see there's a little bit of moisture, but most of it's gone. It's all dried up. Let's introduce some chicken stock, warm chicken stock, and looky-loo. Look at what happens. It immediately takes. That means our temperature of the chicken stock is perfect for the temperature of the roux. So we can tell right off the bat we're going to need more. Fuck it, throw it all in there. That sounds like a plan. Next up, we create our levels. Levels of flavor. There goes about a teaspoon of what's this here sauce. There goes about a teaspoon of a Dijon mustard. And of course, the world's most popular condiment, sriracha. Oh, look at the consistency. I haven't even added the cream yet, and yet it's creamy in its consistency. All right, look for those little lava bubbles, like I've pointed out time and time again. Let's start out with about half of that cream. That's a quart. Pardon me, that's a pint. A pint of cream. A pint's a pound the world around, as Arthur Roebuck used to say. Now let's check the consistency on this thing. Watch this. Yep, looks pretty solid. Let's do a quick test. Taste and test. Clings to the spoon. Oh, silky. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Moving along, out comes our cauliflower and cabbage. Look at the caramelization. Beautiful, beautiful.
It comes from China.
Take a knife or take the bench scraper, do a quick rough chop, and then drop those goodies into that stunning, and I mean stunning cream sauce. But there's one thing that seems to be missing. I wonder what it could be when you have such a rich, heavy dish, heavy on the palate, heavy in the stomach. You need something to brighten it up. I wonder what that could be. Something acidic, perhaps. Something fruity. All right. You get the picture, right? Do I have to say it again? I mean, do I have to mention that fat is flavor, but acid is life?
No, you do not.
All right, time for removal. You want to find yourself a vehicle or a container that's long and wide versus deep. For obvious reasons, because we're going to put this in the fridge to cool, right? Right. About 30 minutes should do it. Yeah, more like 3 hours, you jag off. All right, while that's cooling, let's get our breading together. 1 box of $1.99 panko. I've got some kettle cooked jalapeno chips. We're going to pulverize those. We're going to mix those with the panko. Yeah, are you feeling me? A nice, hard, crispy exterior. Seasoned with a little bit of heat, but we still have to season, don't we? All right, so there goes some dried chives from the obligatory chive rack that someone gave my housemate. I've just been doing him a favor and winding every one of these things out so we can eventually throw that piece of shit out. Okay, 3-stage breading system. Rice flour, whipped eggs with water and crumbs. Now then, out of the freezer. Our mix is cold. It's congealed. It's scoopable, as you can see. A number 40 scoop, which will give you a 2-ounce meatball, is exactly what we need. Let's go ahead, keep your hands wet, keep them moist, just like rolling regular meatballs. Okay, scooped them all out. Let's go ahead and do our 3-stage breading. Hello. Rice flour, egg wash. Don't forget, dry hand, wet hand. Here goes our wet hand. Wet hand shakes it off.
Shaking it here,
dry
boss.
hand rolls it back in the breadcrumbs. Rinse and repeat. Off we go to our preheated 325-degree oil. Canola oil, corn oil, whatever you want. You can use peanut oil. Don't use olive oil. Look at that crust. Look at that crust. Rinse and repeat. Let's see, 24 times, because that's how many we made. There goes some of that shaved Parmesan, which is busted up, and the remainder of that fresh sage on top. And let's get a little gander. Oh, if only this guy could find the center of this fucking camera. Anyways, it's ooey gooey filling in the middle. I mean, look at that face. Hello. I guess he's liking it. He's doing a little bit of... He's trying his hardest to get that thing centered, but he really sucks at this. So, the big dumb animal is enjoying it, but he keeps dropping it on the floor. Dumb ass. Do you like it or don't you? Do you like it? Can you keep it on the countertop? Apparently he can't. Yeah, it just looks like a normal closet, right? Well apportioned. Plenty of good looking shirts and slacks and suits. But then when you go up to the next level, you got this guy. What are you doing? How in the almighty fuck did you even get up there? Seamus! Seamy! What are you doing, pal? How the fuck? Listen, look at this. Are you kidding? Where did he go? What did he do? Climb the clothes? You crazy critter. I love this guy.